Okay, so I'm actually going to do a little pit stop here. So I have gone actually ahead because I want to actually level up some of my materia before I take on Rama. And I figured that probably the best place to do that would actually be the Shinra Combat Simulator, which is actually in Chapter 2. So what I'm going to do here, and this is going to look probably a little bit weird, but you know, again, I've been trying to go through hard mode on Chapter 1, but I'm going to end up redoing most of the stuff that I've already done up to this point, just so that I can do the simulator here and get my my AP up first. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. Let's go take a look. It says, oh yeah, this is the elevator still. I don't remember. It must be around the corner here. Let's see if the oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, right here. Perfect. So yeah, right at the start of Chapter 2. Sweet. All right, let's do this. All right, Yuffie and Sonon versus Shinra's Dark Secrets, or Yuffie and Sona versus Midgarian monsters. It looks like we get enfeeblement rings. What? Oh, look at this. So, you don't actually have to do this on hard, so I'm going to do this on easy, classic. Again, the goal here is to upgrade my materia, and so don't really care that, or don't really need to do this on a harder difficulty.
What's a good word to describe me?
Yeah, this is definitely the best place to level. I mean, I can already tell, right? Like, that battle right there, that was nuts. I've got... Oh, I don't have this guy assessed? Weird.
Going
Okay.
How do you like this?
Yeah, so with these combat simulators, you know, there's no reason to really do these on harder difficulties. At least this one. Maybe these get or maybe more unlock once we've already done these, but we'll see. But yeah, especially for farming, you know, there's no reason to do these on harder difficulties. Right, so here's the villagers. Alright, that's that.
Not too shabby, Sonon.
Back at you, boss.
He's hit 44. Feeblement ring. Alright, so let's do the second one here too, and just see if anything else unlocks when we complete these. Oh yeah, look at this. Bugaboos. Wow.
So what'd you think? Aren't I just awesome?
Yep. Pretty awesome. Oh, a couple of the bosses. Well, Levicron was anyway. I don't think that horned thingamajig is actually considered a boss.
Got it.
Yeah. Boy, it's sure sure quick leveling in here. Oh, Whoa! What do we have here? A big boy.
Got you now. Get lost.
Come on.
Oops.
How you like this? Gotcha.
Not good.
You're going down. How you like this? Got you now. You're going down.
So it was a little too close for that.
Got you now.
Alright, the lower body's down. I get a little bit closer before I stagger.
Gotcha.
Roll in,
Let's do this.
and
You call?
let's do.
Gotcha. How you like this? And one to grow on. Don't pull any punches.
Wasn't planning. Keep it up, huh?
Got you now. You're going down. Need the backup.
All right.
Here comes loyal minion.
Yes.
Don't pull.
Back to it.
Ready? Ready?
Got your back. Gotcha. Enough.
Right.
Hope you learned your lesson.
There we are. Fian Sonon versus Top Secrets. Oh, look at that. Got her damn wrong times two. So I'm assuming this is actually going to be difficult. And it is done in hard mode. I'm going to try this after I've farmed a bit. So I'm going to do these, you know, couple of these matches back to back, and then I'll pick it back up. Alright, so let's check out Yuffie and Sonon versus Top Secrets. Looks like there's 3 rounds here. Yeah, and only available on hard. So let's see what this is like. I haven't done this yet, so we'll see. I don't like the looks of this. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna need parry.
No way.
Yep. Alright, so let's oh, I should have used assess right away. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna need to keep my assess on anyway. Okay, so at least let's try let's see here. Chakra HP up, assess. And take off Ninja Cannonball. And go with the parry. Alright, so we'll give this another shot. I may need a different armor setup as well. It probably, you know, yeah, I'm gonna try, let's see here. Equipment. So I've had Sonon with the Firebird armlet just to get that, yeah, the effect here is really good. But I'm tempted to do, what would it be? Oh, I don't have any. Crap. Okay, let me go. I'm actually gonna run over to the vending machine here really quick. Got plenty of cash now, so I can buy really whatever I want. I spent quite a bit of time farming in there, so let's take a look here. Supreme is the physical defense. Rune is the one I was thinking of. So I could probably Yeah, let's give this a shot. I wanted to try Bahamut with the other characters having, you know, kind of armor like this to reduce the damage of whatchamacallit, Mega Flare, but I just never ended up doing it. So let's give this a shot. So we're gonna go with Rune. Yeah, just for the extra, you know, magic defense. Here I'm a little worried about yeah, I don't know about this. Magnify barrier I'll be able to, you know, cast a barrier once and hit both of them with it. You know, I'm gonna try this without that. I'm probably gonna regret this, but I do have the you know, the barrier for both. So the question is, can I survive long enough with Yuffie to, you know, handle this correctly? All right, so let's 1 second. Okay, so let's do this. One of the things I want to point out, though, that after having attempted this, I think like 3 times, I decided to actually go with the elemental and fire on Yuffie's armor. And also, I'm not sure about the provoke materia and if it's even working. My impression is that it shouldn't work, right? Because Bahamut doesn't strike me as a provocable type enemy, though I guess I just didn't even think to check it out. But that said, Sonan can be a little bit of a liability because, you know, if Bahamut targets him, you know, he's just not as good at avoiding some of this stuff. And one of the, I mean, this stuff is really easy. Well, I don't want to say really easy to avoid with Yuffie, but I think she does an okay job. It certainly seemed easier to avoid umbral strikes with Yuffie than it was for some of my other characters, like, you know, the original, you know, the original cast. So, you know, the mechanics here really are the same. He doesn't have anything new. This is essentially just the battle simulator hard mode fight. What was that? Was it the legendary monsters? I can't remember. I can't remember which heading that was under, but it's the same fight because Bahamut summons Ifrit, you know, partway through. And so that's why I actually went with the elemental and fire on my armor, and I actually was able to just absorb that fire damage that Ifrit was doing. And so I honestly, I thought that was really worth it. And I meant to do that, you know, again, when I was playing as like the original cast. I think at one point I had commented on, you know, I think I did like elemental on my weapons or something to take down Pride and Joy prototype and Leviathan faster, but I just did. I mean, honestly, in hindsight, I didn't think that was really worth it. And obviously, we've got one less character this time around for this battle, and you know, it in some ways it's easier. In some ways, it's, you know, a little or pretty tough. There's just a lot. You know, you don't have a third limit break. Essentially, that, you know, that would have, I think, made it a lot easier too. But so anyways, so whenever, you know, Bahamut counts down here, I try to sneak in here and hit him with some abilities to, you know, questionable effect. It didn't always work out real well because a lot of times it's just I'm trying to, you know, stay healed up. It also might be the case that I'm overhealing, like, because I'm using chakra a lot, and, you know, the higher your HP is, the less chakra really does for you, and so it may have been a better idea for me to just get a little bit lower. You can see my health is really good, like, or I should say my maximum health is, you know, pretty decent. I've got, you know, at least 1 HP up, maybe, this actually might be 2 HP ups on both characters. Or at least, you know, maybe it's 2 on Yuffie and only 1 on Sonan. But all right, so here's dive bomb. Typical deal here. You want to try to get as far away from Bahamut as you can. If you just like let him hit you, even like just blocking, you'll take like 5k or something like that. So I was only able to ever get it down to like 2k without a buff, because I don't think I ever even tried while having mana ward up. Or whatever. Either the physical. I don't know if dive bomb, I assume, is physical. But all right. Anyways, so the usual thing here too. Like generally, it seemed to me like his first countdown, it goes all the way down to 1, and then at some point he'll use another dive bomb, and then it's almost right after dive bomb that he goes into mega flare, and so. When he's flying around on his way up to do dive bomb, that's a good time to put a shield on the characters. And I should say I've got Magnify and the barrier materia on Yuffie, so that she can actually cast that on both. I don't know how critical that. I mean, it probably is. I think that makes sense because you really want to have both of the characters survive Mega Flare. There's the Umbral Strikes. There you have it. I actually dodged. It looked like I dodged both of those pretty well, but that can be kind of tough. But here he's winding up for the dive bomb. That's what I was saying. It's a really good time as he's flying up there to use your shield. And there, yeah, that only hit me for what was that, 1420? That's pretty good. And at this point, it's a good idea. Oh, you know what? This is still too early. Yeah, I'm actually reapplying my barrier here. I thought that he had already counted down to 1, but that was not the case. So it looks like he's got at least one more round of attacks here before he's going to Mega Flare. And as you can see there, I'm also holding on to my summon. I think it ended up being the case where I didn't actually need that, but I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get him down before the second Mega Flare, and so I wanted to keep the summon, which is Carbuncle, by the way, so just in case he was, went up for a second Mega Flare, I could use the, Carbuncle to just revive us. But it didn't end up playing out that way, but it was kind of like a, like a contingency plan, I guess. So here's the Mega Flare. At this point, it's too late to try to do any sort of buffs or heals. But the good thing was, obviously I had just reapplied my mana wall. So there, everybody, or both of the characters, get down a bit. And also, make sure that you don't waste your ATB before, or like as he casts Mega Flare. If you see him with the Mega Flare, it's really too late to do any sort of buffs or chakra or anything like that. So don't waste your ATB trying to sneak one in before the cast actually goes off. Again, you really need to be, you need to be, completely prepared before that point. But at that point, obviously, I was down to like, whatever, 400 health, and then I just use a chakra on both characters to get back up. I had kicked around using a prayer materia instead on Yuffie. That may have been better because it seems like, Sonan's just taking a bunch of extra damage, but it's also kind of difficult to build his ATB gauge. So I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on, if I should have done that instead. But, honestly, this worked out okay. But so, at some point here, Ifrit is going to start using, his different elemental attacks here. And honestly, that's fine because I'm just going to be, absorbing that. On Yuffie, anyway. Sonan, it's not the case because, there's only one elemental. We've only got one elemental. So here's the Radiant Plume. There you go. I absorbed 1,162. So, nothing like a free heal from Ifrit to help you out. Sonan getting a little bit low again here. You can see too. I'm not sure how to build Bahamut's stagger gauge better. That's one other thing that I could have potentially done better. Again, other than when he's counting down, or when you see him, saying 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. If you can get in there and use some skills on him to build up that gauge, that helps. But I'll be honest, I just didn't do that great of a job, with that. I think I may have just tried to focus too much on staying healed. I don't know, but yeah, unfortunately, wasn't really able to build that gauge like I kind of wanted to. I mean, you can see here too, he's already down to like half health, and he's got about, I mean, that's even less than half of the bar filled up. So yeah, I think at this point too here, I'm kind of getting ready to drop the limits. I don't know if I did the synergized limits, but I guess we'll see. I can't actually really remember what I did here. There I ate both of those umbral strikes. That really hurts. I was lucky that I had so much health because, yeah, kind of normally I'm not doing that great on health. Here would have been another good time to kind of refresh my shields. I've got enough mana, or I had enough mana at this point where I could have, cast now and then cast one more time as well. I should say, I'm trying to think of what item. So I'm using the Cax Star or whatever for the weapon. That one's, I believe that one's got reprieve on it. And then on top of that, it's just more like a physical-oriented weapon, which is kind of funny because, I usually throw and then I'm casting ninjutsu for a good portion of this battle. So there's a case to be made for, using a different weapon. There, Sonon eats dirt. I think he took that was like a Fury. Yeah, Umbral Fury, I believe. And here it looks like he's getting ready to do a dive bomb. There, Ifrit just hit me with another plume, Radiant Plume, which, again, I'm just absorbing. And also, maybe it's obvious too, I've got a revive on Yuffie. There's no reason to use a revive materia on Sonon, because if Yuffie ever goes down, Sonon just sacrifices himself. So you really only need the one revive materia, and then obviously that should be on Yuffie. And then definitely you want the higher ranked, or the whatever rank 2, so that you can cast Arise. Sonon's got a 8.8k health there, and so just the basic Rise isn't going to really do much for you. Well, I mean, it's not that it won't do anything, I guess, but it's better to just revive at full health, especially on a battle like this where there's so much damage going out. You can't really. It's not really a great idea to revive him and only have a tiny bit of health. But there's the Radiant Plume again, absorbing that. And so yeah, I think that so and I should say the other two battles is Rama is next, and then Pride and Joy is the final battle. And honestly, I just think it goes from hardest to easiest. I think this is by far the hardest of the three battles, and then Rama is quite a bit easier than this, and then Pride and Joy is honestly the easiest of the battles. But did I miss? I must have missed me using my limit break. Wow, that's funny. But yeah, we're getting him there too. So if you notice, also I'm hitting him with a couple of different abilities, and then I'm using Banishment. Banishment kind of like ranks up, and then once you've used 6 ATB segments, you can hit him, with a really powerful banishment. There I brought out Carbuncle, and again, I actually, it didn't really end up playing out the way I thought it was. He went up to use that dive bomb, and I thought, okay, well, he's going to use Mega Flare, really, really soon after that, and it just, for one thing, he never ended up using it. I got him down beforehand, but I may have actually used that a little bit too early. I probably should have summoned it after that dive bomb, because he does kill a little bit of time here, and Carbuncle actually times out, and so it heals me before Bahamut is even going to use that Mega Flare. Oh, okay, so I'm sorry. I actually took him down. I didn't realize that before the heal came out, but that was that. That was Bahamut, and actually at this point I had remembered that I hadn't assessed Ifrit yet, so I just decided to do that. I don't know how important that really is, but I figured I'd get it done so that I didn't have to come back in and try this again. It wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, right, to have to come back in, but not assessing Ifrit here likely means that you don't have assess equipped at all, and then you wouldn't have the assess materia for the Rama and Pride and Joy fight. So, anyways, that was it. That was Bahamut and Ifrit. Yeah, quite a challenge, to be honest. But it is funny. It's I felt like it was. I didn't even actually think it was any more difficult than with the original cast of characters. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's. Yeah, maybe it's just because it's so easy to dodge those umbral strikes with Yuffie. I think that was where a lot of the damage comes from in the the fight with the other. Yeah, again, like the original cast. So here I'm just using parry every time I can to try to avoid some of the damage that's going out here. Here I did use the wind ninjutsu to get going on kind of taking advantage of his weakness. And honestly, I felt like I was a little bit rusty here on Rama, and so I didn't try to just block his abilities and go for like the perfect blocks. I just went with the parries and and reduce that damage. So I don't know, that it's questionable whether or not that was the best way to go, but the thunderous orbs are pretty easy to dodge using her. So it's just 3 of them and then you're done. Lightning strike is the 4 strikes here. It's funny too because if you do that correctly, well, I suppose you have to have the correct weapon on, and I don't. But if you do that correctly, you can actually get the barrier to trigger. But all right, there's charged current again. That's just a. It's not really an AOE around him. It looks like that's there's like it's like a certain pattern. It looked kind of like maybe five points, or 5 lines, kind of drawing away from him. And obviously you don't want to get clipped by that. That's pretty brutal.
Break through this.
I guess I went with the mana ward here. I think I was getting, or I just wanted to be really sure that I wasn't gonna be unprotected for when he did, or when he does. What's his ultimate now? I can't remember. We'll see it here in a minute. But yeah, kind of the same deal. Nothing really too fancy about Rama here. Even on hard mode, I'm honestly not even sure if there's much of a difference between him on hard mode and on normal. I assume there's some mechanic that's different, but I don't think I even ended up. I didn't see anything different, I guess I should say. So we'll see here. Here's the summon sparks now. Obviously, he's going to be getting ready for. What is the name of that? Circuitous. Is it Circuitous Bolt or something like that? We'll see here. But that, that's pretty. That's enough. Yeah, here it is. Circuitous Bolt. So this is where he just, yeah, I don't know, makes a wheel of death. Sonan's in there just blocking it. Yeah, so at that point, I think I just went with the chakra. I mean, Yuffie is staying really healthy here. Sonan is, yeah. Oh, Sonan just ate dirt. So that was the. I think I tried to use a chakra on him there, and it just. Oh, this is funny. So here, this was weird. I staggered him as he was casting Judgment Bolt, but he won't cast while he's staggered, which I got really excited. I was like, "Oh man, sweet! Did I prevent it?" And then, what do you know? He just goes right back into casting it. I guess that gave me a split second extra to get my shield up, but he still unfortunately uses it. So again, use either mana ward or mana wall to reduce this damage. I honestly, I think I could have just taken this without the barrier, but I guess not really much reason not to, right? Yeah, that hit for like around 3k on both characters. So, alright, let's see. So here is, okay, 11 arrows. That's the same mechanic. I'm looking for, you know, anything different. Orbiting one. No, this is the same. We've already seen that. That's on normal mode too. Yeah, that's just his 3-strike attack. Here, I'm just throwing the caper out there to burn some ATB. I don't know how smart that was, but summon sparks. Yep, he's just getting ready for his attack again. I think there I blew Sonon's limit, but yeah, look at that. We're just gonna wreck him. That's it. All right, so that's Rama. Yeah, not too difficult. You know, just make sure that you can survive Judgment Bolt. Use Mana Wall or Mana Ward. All right, so this is it. This is the final battle. Pride and Joy. Again, same kind of deal too. I didn't really notice anything different here. Although, you know, when we fight him with the original cast of characters, you know, that's on hard mode as well. So honestly, there really shouldn't be anything different here. I'll be honest. I didn't even bother trying to get Sonon out of this thing's arm. I just I guess I did have it targeted here for a little while, but you know, I don't know. I just, yeah, I don't know. There's the beam cannon also. There's a good case to be made for being a little bit closer to him, right? So that you can actually dodge beam cannon, because you just can't really, I mean, being this far away, you can't dodge it. You'll just, you know, he tracks you too easily. But yeah, I think Sonon's gonna end up eating dirt here. Okay, so if you notice, because I've still got the elemental and fire attached to my armor, I'm able to actually stand in those like magma. Well, I mean, they're like scorch marks right in the ground, or like napalm or something. And I guess I didn't really notice it while I was going, but I should have just stood in those. And you know, they heal you over time, and that's the great part about having elemental and fire together. Yeah, like I say, I'm getting 500 per tick of standing in there, and it's funny, I just didn't even notice that it was happening when I was fighting, which is pretty funny. But the missiles hit for like 1,300 or so. Look at that. Yeah, 1,400 there. And here I just wanted to get haste on Yuffie. I wanted to, you know, try to get some more ATB and build that up for more chakras. Here's beam cannon again, which I'm not going to be able to get away from. There, that actually triggered reprieve, and that was this part. I was like, oh no, is this going to be actually kind of difficult? And you know, again, part of that was just because I was just way too far away. I should have been fighting, you know, closer and just avoiding that play, because obviously that's the strongest attack that it's got. Other than maybe there's one that's like, I don't know, brute force or something like that, where he just kind of he just tries to lay on you, I guess. But that's pretty easy to avoid too. So. Yeah. Anyway, so obviously using lightning ninjutsu there as well, trying to take advantage of the weakness here. It seemed like at some point that fell off, and I don't know if that was because I used banishment. I'm not sure what the mechanic is there, but there I wasn't able to avoid it either. I mean, yeah, just I think I started out too far. I probably should have tried to dodge left around the side of him instead of right, because I kind of got bound up in that corner. But yeah, I don't know. Still able to do okay, I guess. And here's the benefit also of having chakra instead of you know, like a healing materia. I mean, for one thing, it's free, but also I was silenced there. And here I'm about to eat it again. Oh, and there I wasted an ATB segment because I tried to sneak in an extra chakra there, which I honestly didn't really need to do, but that's how it goes. There's a nice chakra. Yeah, 3,500. And there I was just trying to like move a little bit, you know, hit, move, just trying to avoid those rockets. But alright, there he's using catch. Now, it's a shame that I didn't have, Sonon's limit break there. I could have actually stopped him. But I don't know what I did, but I was able to basically prevent him from using catch. So, not sure what I did there, honestly. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, just lucky, I guess. I don't know. I know, Sonon honestly isn't doing that much. He's doing a little bit, right? But I think the most of what's happening here is due to Yuffie. And also, I should say, so that's kind of one of the benefits of staying, away. Like, okay, sure, you get blade beamed or whatever, but also, he won't catch you. So here's beam cannon again. There, I kind of got lucky, and I snuck into that corner, and I was able to actually avoid it for once. And there I'm at full health, because if you notice there's some lava or like napalm or whatever on the ground there. Healing me, so yeah, got up to full. Yeah, it's funny too, just watching this after, just not even realizing that was what was going on. Getting those free heal ticks just by standing in this napalm stuff. But, all right, so there's the stagger. Now here I'll be honest, I messed up here. I should have got in there right away and hit him with the limit break, but I just didn't. I think I waited too long, and I think, so now I go in finally, but I think it was too late, and I had already, oh yeah, see, I didn't use that at all really on it. That was dumb. Huh, yeah, I'm not really sure why I did. Maybe I might have been waiting for Sonon to get his as well, just to try to, sync him up, but I don't know. That probably wasn't really that worthwhile, but... and then here I just started hitting him with the higher level Thunder Spell. And actually, that's one thing that I like to say that I would have done this a little bit differently and had a lightning spell on Yuffie as well, but honestly, at the end of the day, I didn't really need it. So, all right, here's catch, and I think he does get Sonon again here. And then I got annoyed and used my limit break. Which didn't do as much as it should. So yeah, at some point there, my lightning fell off, and I'm not sure why that was the case. I didn't catch. I don't know. Maybe it's banishment that eats it. I'm not sure, but obviously again, it fell off somewhere at some point. So I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, I don't know. That limit break didn't do as much. I honestly should have, blown that when he was staggered, but that's what I get. There, I just went for the shield. Yeah, 2006, like that. Yeah, that's not bad. I can handle that. Yep, this was dumb. I shouldn't have even bothered. I used banishment on the right arm instead of just on Pride and Joy. There was just no reason to do that. And there, yeah. See, now, it's funny, too, watching me, because, like, I'm moving back and forth here to try to avoid, these pools, and there's no reason to do that. Thump. 6,863. Yeah, that's a lot. Alright, here's beam cannon again. And there, if you notice, I dodged to the right so that Sonon wouldn't get nuked by that thing, because I had just, brought him back up. Oh, there's Brute Force. There's the one where he just lays out. That looks like that's a pretty big AoE as well. So this is almost it. I think I just hit him with Sonon's limit here. And that should do it. Yeah, I'm basically right at the end here, so... all right, as always, I hope this guide was helpful, and you're obviously stick around, you're going to see our reward here is the, 2 Goddard Damarung. So, I did this actually in a weird spot, and honestly, I think I should have just done all of this first, before I went in and started chapter 1, because, there just really isn't any reason, not to. So, anyways, all right, that is all I've got for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.